Hey everybody, this is Danelle. Today we are going to talk about NFT gaming and the future of the gaming space within NFTs. As usual, let's go ahead and start with the overall cryptocurrency markets. We have Bitcoin at $22,420. As you can see, we took a little bit of a leg down over these last 7 days. It's down 4.75% over the last 7 days. We see that Ethereum is at $1,500 approximately, and it is down at about 4.63% over the past 7 days. You can also see pretty much the entire market if you look on this column for 7 day trading, that most of the top 20 and on down has traded a leg down or two over the last 7 days. So we'll see what happens over the next several weeks. One of the reasons why Bitcoin went down over these last 7 days, one of the banks that was fully embracing cryptocurrency called Silvergate has given guidance that their books are not looking good. So basically, they've done uh, some business with Coinbase and some of the other cryptocurrency exchanges and has been known for doing uh, various business transactions related to cryptocurrency businesses. But because of the fact that they are looking potentially towards bankruptcy, the crypto market was a little bit spooked by that. So we have seen a leg down in the crypto markets, but we've also seen a leg down in the equity markets as well. And we went over that a little bit in our last video. So at least right now, crypto is still for the most part following in step with the equity market. So let's get into NFTs and NFT gaming. We haven't done this recap in a while. As you can see, we're here on Crypto Slam, which gives us an overall idea of what's happening with crypto sales. And as we look over the last 24 hours, we have some new interesting NFT projects in the top 10, some old faces. As usual, we see MG Land, which is, I believe, a gaming play. I'm not very familiar with MG Land, but they are on the Ethereum blockchain. Momo Guru is a NFT project that just came out this past week, and apparently the founders and creators of this particular NFT have won Emmy Awards in the Web 2 classic traditional cartoon TV market. So that cachet obviously has found some success thus far in the Web3 space. In their first week, they've done over 1.2 million in sales volume. We have Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is obviously always pretty much in the top 5 in sales volume. They did over 1 million. We have Owls. We have Crowd. Crowd is a project from an artist named Danny Cole that was an open edition NFT. We have Doodles, Other Deed, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, and So Rare, which we'll talk about in a second, in the top 10 of sales over the last 24 hours. So one of the biggest news in the NFT game space this past week was the Dookie Dash NFT sells for $1.6 million. So Yuga Labs, as many of us know, is the team around the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Other Deed, NFT. They also acquired CryptoPunks. So Yuga Labs is basically the number one company, Web3 company in the NFT space currently. The amount of sales volume, the amount of equity they've been able to raise over these last just really 2 years has been very phenomenal. And they're currently working on a game that will be coinciding with the Other Deed NFT. But in the meantime, they dropped a game called Doogie Dash. And if you had a one of their assets, we'll go here just so you can see what the system looked like. They basically, because what they've been known for is being able to provide a ton of value for their NFT holders. So if you held your Bored Ape Yacht Club from the very beginning when they first minted out, or near the beginning of when they jumped onto the market, then you received tens to nearly hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of value, depending on, when you sold those particular assets. So here, if you had a Mutant Ape Yacht Club, you'd get a tier 1. You could claim this tier 1, what they called a sewer pass, is the NFT that you had to have to be able to play this Dookie Dash game. And you can see this chart here. If you had a Mutant Ape Yacht Club and a Kennel Club, which is another NFT from the Yuga Labs team, you got a tier 2. So you had these 4 tiers, and depending on which NFTs you have or the combination of NFTs that you had, you got these different tier passes. And we'll go to the sewer pass collection here on OpenSea. As you can see, I mean, the volume has been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that's 40,000 Ethereum in total volume, which is a ridiculous number. So you can see all these different sewer passes, and with your particular pass, depending on how well you did in this, and it was basically a simple uh, computer. Can't say simple, but it was a computer game that you can play on your computer, just your computer and your mouse, and you know, the higher the score that you had, then the higher tier over time your NFT would become. So no one's really sure exactly what these passes are going to become. They will turn into some type of NFT. They don't know if it's going to coincide with the other side by other deed NFT. That still remains to be seen. But people were trying to get the highest score. And if you get the highest score overall, you got the golden key. A young man, apparently he was 18 years old, named Mongrel, was the top scorer, and he was able to lock and get the golden key, which is the top score NFT, and he was able to sell it for $1.6 million. So it was a 3-week competition, and Mongrel, as I mentioned, won the golden key, and he promptly sold it for a whopping $1.6 million, and he sold it to a Bored Ape holder for 1,000 Ethereum when Ethereum was trading at around $1.6 million at the time of sale. So you can see that gaming now, and him coming from the Twitch space, which is very popular for gamers, and he's been pretty popular in that Twitch space, and that's obviously going to bring some attention to the Web3 and to the NFT space, and the fact that he was able to make $1.6 million, obviously that's going to attract a lot of other gamers to Web3 and NFTs. So Yuga Labs, once again, is being a pioneer in the NFT space and showing the possibilities of how much can be made in this space. And it's obviously not just about, the money, but in terms of just having opportunity to have different types of gameplay in this space. And so with this sale, obviously it makes a lot of headlines, and it's going to really, I think, attract a lot more gamers into the NFT space. And from what I've heard is that $1.6 million that Mongrel received from this sale is the highest, or third highest sale, I should say, for any individual playing a game, whether it's Web 2, Web 3, traditional gaming. That's the most, considering esports and all those different types of games, that's the most that any one individual has been able to receive from playing one particular game. So we're going to go here and look at some of the top NFT games to consider in 2023. We've mentioned in one of our past videos Axie Infinity, and Axie Infinity for a period of time was producing a ridiculous amount of sales. There were people playing this game all around the world. And let's go to their website really quickly here. And if you played this game, you were able to be rewarded with Axie Infinity token, and it's currently trading at 8.78 cents right now, so $8.78. So, that's still a decent amount per token. But as you can see here, if we look at the all-time charts, Axie Infinity at the high of the bull market was upwards of $153. So there were people who were able to play it all around the world and were basically making their entire salary within weeks by playing the Axie Infinity game. So this was probably one of the more popular, well-known games, particularly in 2021, 2022. They did, pretty well as well. I think they've kind of fallen back a little bit in terms of the gameplay, but they are continuing to develop and evolve, and it's been a very fun and exciting experience for a lot of people, and very worthwhile for some folks depending on where they were around the world. Another game that is continuing to do really, really well in the NFT gaming space right now is So Rare, and they basically do fantasy league type games, and you are able to buy or trade for an NFT, which is a player card. So they just signed on with the Premier League, which is pretty big news. That's the biggest and most well-known league in football when we talk about worldwide football, also known as soccer in the United States. They have now signed on with them. So some of the most popular players in the world play in the Premier League. So now you would be able to create your own team. As you can see here, showcase your football fandom to select your squad, climb leaderboards, and win amazing rewards in one of the world's most innovative fantasy football games. So they also have in partnership with the NBA, which has been very popular and has done very well, as well as Major League Baseball. So you can collect, play, and win. And we've done a video to break down SoRare a little bit more. So we will link it up here. But yeah, so we are looking and we're finding that NFT games are definitely continuing to grow, and we would not be surprised going into the next year or two that we will start to see even more opportunities for gamers to come into the NFT space and have opportunities to win major pots, like you saw with Mongrel that was able to get $1.6 million for winning that 3-week game. So here are some of the other games to watch out for, particularly this year in 2023. The Sandbox, they have a land play. So basically, they have metaverse land that you can buy. Snoop Dogg, a bunch of other celebrities that are interested in the NFT metaverse space have bought plots of land where you'll be able to basically have different NFTs interact with the metaverse. So Sandbox is a coin as well as a particular game that we can look out for in the near future. Gods Unchained is on the Immutable X platform, which is a layer 2 on top of Ethereum. And you have Illuvium, which apparently has really great graphics so far. I'm not sure if they've come out with their game just yet, but that is one that has had a lot of buzz over the last year or two as well. So definitely a lot to look forward to. You can come here and go to influencermarketinghub.com to see this article and learn a little bit more about NFT games and how they work and some of the top games that you can play currently. So we just wanted to give you a general idea of what's going on with the NFT gaming space. There's definitely a lot of opportunity. We're still very, very early in this space, but as usual, we want you to learn as much as possible about this emerging market, and the earlier the better. So hopefully you will continue to join us as we provide you as much information as we can. In the meantime, take care, and we look forward to linking up with you soon. Bye-bye.